Welcome to the UK Travel Planning Podcast. Your host is the founder of the UK Travel Planning website, Tracy Collins. In this podcast, Tracy shares destination guides, travel tips, and itinerary ideas, as well as interviews with a variety of guests who share their knowledge and experience of UK travel to help you plan your perfect UK vacation. Join us as we explore the UK from cosmopolitan cities to quaint villages, from historic castles to beautiful islands, and from the picturesque countryside to seaside towns.
Hi, and welcome to the UK Travel Planning Podcast. In this episode of the podcast, I chat to special guest Domi of Scalens Studios. Domi is a professional photographer who specialises in providing photoshoot services to visitors to London. For many, a trip to London is the trip of a lifetime. But it can be difficult to take nice photos with everyone in the shot when we're travelling. And of course, we don't necessarily know where the very best places are to get those iconic shots. Booking a photo shoot is the answer. If you want an amazing souvenir of your trip, Domi is here to tell you all about how to book a photo shoot in London. Plus, she shares the steps she takes to prepare you for the experience and also shares some of her favourite spots in London. We ourselves had a photo shoot with Domi this summer in London, and I can tell you it was a lot of fun. It was a wonderful experience, and now we have some really fantastic photos of our trip. So, without further ado, let's hear from Domi. Hi, Domi. It's fantastic to have you on the podcast today. I'm really, really happy to talk to you. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your business?
Hello. Thank you for having me. Thank you for inviting. Of course, my name is Domi, and I am travel photographer in London. So I take care of my tourists who are visiting London. So I show them the best spot. I show where to take photos. I take the photos of them. I'm helping to choose the right outfits for the session. And that's the main things what I'm doing.
Yeah, and I know because obviously myself and Doug had a photo shoot with you when we were in London in July, which was absolutely fantastic. We really enjoyed it. I'm not somebody who really likes having my photo taken, but I have to say you did an absolutely amazing job. So what made you decide to become a photographer in London and kind of offer this service to visitors?
That's a very good question. I'm happy that you got some good experience during our photo shoot. But this was something similar, like you're traveling with your partner or you're traveling solo, and it's like, who is going to take the photos of you? So I have been like around 40 countries, and usually I'm traveling solo. And when I was in Sydney on the end of the world, and this was like my childhood dream destination, like I always knew I want to see the kangaroos, I want to see a koala. And finally I am there. And then I was like, I'm walking around Sydney, it's like everything is perfect. I see Opera House and I get so excited, like now I need the good photos. And then I ask strangers like, oh, do you mind to take photos? First, I was like so worried who is like, if they're not going to run away with my phone, on the end of the world, I need this. And then later when I see the photos when they took, I was like, oh my God, you didn't even try to take a good photo. And then I was like, okay, let me ask another people. And I asked few people, but it was the same. And then I was like sitting on the bench looking the opera. I was like, how nice would be, like, I will have like in Sydney, Insta friend who follow me, take photos of me, don't ask too many questions. And if I ask for one more photo, they don't roll the eyes that, oh my God, she wants one more photo. So that was my main, I was so sad about this, and I was thinking like, oh, it would be great to have someone like that. And then I totally forgotten about this, and some situation want me to move after a few months to London. And I see like people struggling with this in London. I was like, people need me like Insta friend here. And then I realized like that would be so nice to creating this kind of service. As I was already a photographer, but I was focused for like big commercial stuff. And then I will be so nice to be like serve people who are visiting solo London. They are traveling by themselves or with the partner. So this is how I started. And 5 years later, I'm here with my limited company and successful business.
I know you're doing extremely well. And I was going to say, I tend to take, when I travel with Doug, I'm usually the one taking the pictures. So I don't end up in a huge amount of photos. Doug will deny that and say that he takes lots of pictures of me. But to be honest, it was actually really nice to be able to have some lovely pictures with me and Doug together. With the London landmarks in the background, and it's not something that I've never ever had a photo shoot before, and it was really nice to be able to change the outfit, and you made us feel very relaxed, and we had we really enjoyed it, and you just made us feel relaxed, and it was absolutely fantastic. In fact, I can't wait till the next time we come back to London, because I tell you what, I will definitely be booking in another photo shoot with you. So what do you think are the advantages of, if somebody's coming to London and they're thinking, okay, whether they're solo or whether they're, with a family or, with a partner, what are the advantages of, enlisting your services as a photographer in London to take their pictures?
Mm-hmm. It's like, just think about you're traveling to London. Probably this is your dream trip, right? It's maybe you've never been in London. You don't know where to go, and you already spent so much money for the tickets, for hotels and everything. And then the best memories is souvenir will be the photos. And there will be you can buy so many souvenir, put on your furniture back to home, and it's oh wow. But I think the best thing is to have the photos, because it's just they capture the moment of you now, and then you can share and show this for your family members, for your children and grandchildren in the next 20, 30 years. And then the thing is and you also, when you're coming to London, you don't know the city. And it's so great to meet the local person, because it's how you do what you do is amazing, because you're helping people so much, organize before they're coming to London, and they get so many tips and they learn so many things from you. But it's even they know this, but they kind of feel safe when they have someone in London like me. Now that, okay, I'm in London, so in case something you need any help, or you don't know where to go, I'm during the photo shoot, I will show you what is around us. I will okay, you should go to, for example, Shard, and then don't buy the tickets to go on the top. I just make a reservation in the restaurant. So I'm sharing this kind of tips as well for people, and I'm showing you don't have to spend hours and looking for the best spots, because I'm here to show you, and then I will show you where you should go, as what else you can do, which kind of outfits you can bring with yourself, props and everything like that. And as well, you don't have to ask strangers who is going to take the photos of you. So here, I think it's so many beneficial and peace of mind when you're traveling to London and you want to relax. You don't want to just looking for where is the spot, or where do me take the photos, because I'm going to show you, so you can just relax. And then I will take care of the rest things.
Absolutely. And I have to say, when we did our photo shoot, you took us to, and I know London really pretty well, actually, very well. But you took us to a part of London that I didn't even know, which is the Shad Thames area, which was fantastic. And it was just opposite the Tower of London. And I think that's a real, the ability that you have to take people to these absolutely fantastic spots that they wouldn't necessarily find themselves. Those kind of hidden gem areas that are not necessarily the obvious places that you can get wonderful, some fantastic shots, as well as obviously, the ones with the red London phone box and that sort of thing. And I know when we were with you that day, you kind of had already planned out, you knew which areas that you were going to take the different shots at. So we kind of worked from one area to the next area so you could take all the pictures, and that worked out really, really well as well. Mm-hmm. So who do you do on the whole, is it mainly first time visitors to London? Is it solo travelers, families, couples, or are you taking photographs for everybody?
So I take photos for everyone. I have many local people who we are focused more for dating app photo shoots, and they want to update the photos for Tinder, Bumble, but as well for many tourists. So I have most of my clients there. I think there will be like 50-50 of like couple and family and solo travelers. But many people, they are like first time in London, or there was like long time ago, so they don't remember anything. But I'm still thinking, if someone visiting London few times, but this is how very good London, England, but I have like from the photography eye or experience, it's still like some secret spot that not many people knows. And me, because I'm spending like 5 years in London, I have to provide the best service, and as well, I want to stand out from another photographers and bring you to the place that make you like, wow, I never been here. So that's make me like, well, it's like, oh wow, that's very good spot. So I'm the one who take care of this kind of secret spot and take pictures that no one else could have.
Yeah, and it's really, I mean, it was, we were absolutely amazed when you took us to the first place we had photos of, and I will put some in the show notes on when I put those up on the website, so I'll put some of the photos that you took of me and Doug when we're actually in London. How do you prepare people? And I kind of know, because I was a little bit nervous about having the photo shoot, but how do you prepare? So once somebody books a photo shoot with you in London, how would you prepare them for that experience?
So most of my packages, they're also including like Zoom call consultations. So you make the payments and it's like, okay, Domi, what I have to do now? It's like, I never have the photo shoot. I don't know what to wear. I don't know where to go. Do I choose the place or you choose the place? So there's many questions. And so when you make the bookings, there is like a form to fill. So there is like, you can pick up the places like, do you where would you like to go? So for example, quiet place, best spot, the most popular spot in London, business area or street photo shoot, cute like spot, for example, some cute pinky restaurant, coffee shop. So you pick how many places you want. There's unlimited places you want. And then below is also like a special request for what this is the photo shoot, or this is special like occasion for, maybe there's pregnancy, like maybe it's something proposed photo shoot. So I'm asking this kind of question. So I later, when we have the Zoom call, I'm already prepared for what I can offer for you. So when you fill the form, there is also a link to book a Zoom call, and we're going to meet for like around 15 minutes, and we're going to we ask, this is your first time, are you excited, do you have any question about London, do you need any help? And then I'm as well advise like, for example, we have photo shoot for 1.5 hours, so we can able to visit, for example, Tower Bridge, London Eye, Red Phone Box, Big Ben, street photos, picture with the red buses, black taxi. So we are able to do this with 1.5 hours. And then as well, because I don't want you to have all the photos with the same outfits, because let people think like you book me for every day, like another day, another photo shoot. So I want you to bring to more outfits, and then we're talking about the outfits. So for example, what you should bring, you have to bring some heels to look fancy, sexy, but as well bring some comfortable shoes to walk from one spot to another spot. We are going to look sexy on the photos, but behind the scene doesn't matter how we look. So this is what I helped, like bring like another dress, bring another jacket, bring props, sunglasses, everything like that. I'm giving you the advice. And then I'm saying like the next question, but Tommy, where are we going to change? I was like, don't worry, you don't have to change on the streets. I got some of my secret spots, hotels, restaurants. There are good hotels, 5 stars, 4 stars. So I'm going to bring you over there, and we're going to change the outfit. So it's easy. And then we don't have to change on the medium of the street. And then the next question, we're going to like choose where we're going to go. So for example, you say, Domi, I'm first time in London. I have no idea where to go. I don't know what I want. And I was like, okay, if it is your first time, so let me show you the best spots. And then I'm telling them like, okay, I mean, maybe we can go to Tower Bridge, London Eye. They say, okay, that's fine. Or it's like, oh, I want somewhere like cute places. So for example, let's go to Notting Hill or Ellen Cafe, Peggy Portion. So we have this conversation during the Zoom call. And later I'm like, okay, that's great. Thank you for the call. And then one day before, I'm organize everything step by step. So when we're going to meet, which spot we're going to meet, I send the full address. Later, step by step, what we're going to do. So we are on the same page, that I understood what you need, and you know what is going to happen. So you know which kind of outfits bring for then each spot. And then after sending the confirmation, we are meeting and we have fun.
Yeah, we did. Oh no, we did, and I'm sure everybody else. I know that some of the people in their Facebook group have also had some photo shoots with you as well. So, and the reports are always absolutely fantastic. You honestly like 5-star because it's so brilliant. You do such a good job, and I think a lot of it is, you know, you have a lovely personality. You know, obviously you're a very good photographer as well, but you have just a lovely, fun personality. I have to say, and you know, we had such a laugh. We thoroughly enjoyed the time that we had the photo shoot. As I say, we can't wait to have another photo shoot. And actually, my daughter's going to be over with her partner at Christmas, so I'll be asking you to do some Christmas pictures of her in London, because that would be absolutely, you know, lovely to have. I wish I was coming over, I tell you, because I know I could get some lovely Christmas shots, because it's my favourite time in London.
Yes, Christmas is very beautiful during, and I am always so busy. So if someone wants to book the photo shoot, we should book this as soon as possible. And we got the code, special code. Could you remind about the code? And
yeah. So if anybody, obviously, I'm going to put a link to your website, Domi, so that they can actually book a photo shoot with you. And once you do that, if you put the code in UKTP10, you actually receive an extra 10 images from Domi for free. So they're included. So, yes, you know, make sure that you put that in, that you let her know that you heard about Scalens Studio through the podcast or through the website, or obviously the Facebook group as well. So that's fantastic to offer people. So, you know, talking about obviously the different places in London, what is your favourite place to take a photo shoot? I was wondering where you really enjoy taking pictures.
I kind of have two spots, which we can cover during 1.5 hours, both of them. So I think Tower Bridge is very magical, the way how, like, it's with the blue, and it's like so often is showing in the TV. So I think when my clients see Tower Bridge, they're like, oh, wow, that's amazing. And they always confuse with London Bridge. So if someone say, I want to have a picture with London Bridge, I know I should bring them to Tower Bridge, because this is the one they want. So that's my favorite spot. And as well, Westminster area, because there is, for example, if someone booked me for 1 hour, then I suggest to go to Westminster area, because then we can have Big Ben, London Eye, Red Phone Box, and Black Taxi, Red buses. We can have everything in one area. So that's I suggest to clients if they book photo shoot for 1 hour. And it's also very great because we don't have to travel anywhere in the spot, and we can walk everywhere from one spot to another, and everything is kind of close.
That's definitely the next area I'd like to, when we come over, to have a photo shoot, because we obviously had ours at Tower Bridge around there. So what are the most requested places for you to have, to have the photo shoot? Is the red phone boxes? I mean, we've just actually published an article on the website. Again, I'll link to that in the show notes, which is kind of the best red phone boxes to go and have your photos taken, which of course Domi can do. So is red phone boxes, do you think, the most popular thing, or is it actually those kind of landmarks that people really want in the pictures?
Yeah, I think you point very good spots, because red phone box is the most popular. Like, oh, I want to have in the red phone books. Like, this is really working. I was like, let's figure out. And I'm always saying like, and then there's so many. I see your article, your blog on your website. It's very good. You did very good research, because they are one of the best spots in London. And most of the time my clients are like, can we go to the red phone box? It's working. Yes, you can call to your mama.
And you also do, actually, some of those, where you did a tour when we were back of Westminster, and we were standing outside, and actually the guy taking the tour was saying that one of the red phone boxes actually works, and he had the telephone number for it. So some people were posing beside the phone box for photos, and he rang. And you could see the shock on the face of the people, because they didn't realise that it is actually a working phone box. So they walked away. They didn't answer it. He was hoping that they would answer the phone, but that was really quite funny. But yes, and whenever you're in Westminster, you just see so many people trying to get that kind of that photo of the red phone box and Big Ben in the background. Yeah, it's a bit of
this Big Ben as well.
Yeah, it's such an iconic photo that I think that everybody kind of wants to have that.
And sometimes the people, they are waiting in the line to do that. That's why I always suggest my clients, let's meet on the early morning hours, because then we don't have to like wait in the lines, waste our time, and we don't have to like have 100 people behind us on the photos. I'm always suggest to meet on the morning, and when you make the booking on our photo shoot, make sure you use our code, because then we get the extra 10 photos free of charge.
So what do you do if say somebody's booked a photo shoot and it's the weather's not good, it's pouring down with rain, which sometimes does happen in London. What happens if somebody's booked that?
So I will be just not much planning about this. So what I will always suggest to my clients, like, when you're planning to come to London, book me in the first staying time in London. For example, you're coming on Monday, book me on, for example, on Tuesday or Wednesday on the morning. And for example, you're staying all 1 week. So for example, when on Wednesday is rain, then we can suggest, okay, do you want to meet on Thursday? And then we can reschedule easily. And for example, when we meet and it's nice weather, everything, and from nowhere it start rain, and then usually it's rain for like 3 minutes. So we can wait in the coffee shop, and we're going to extend the time, the waiting time. And then we continue to take the photos. Or we meet and the weather is just so bad, we can just meet another day. Or if, for example, this is your last day in London and tomorrow you are leaving and there is no time for anything and the weather is bad, of course we're going to do the full refund for you, so there is no any risk. And I totally understand, because the weather, even Google doesn't know what is going to be the weather. So are we not panic so much, like when Google shows you, oh my god, it's going to rain on me, what is going to happen? I was like, don't worry, because the weather is going to change the mind so often in London.
Well, that's it. The thing is, the weather in the UK and London is so unpredictable. It's predictably unpredictable. I think those are the words to say. You just can't. And like you say, you know, it might say it's going to rain, but it rains for a few minutes and then it stops, and then you can carry on with your photo shoot. I know the weather wasn't brilliant the day that we did ours, and we had a bit of showers, and then we had some sunshine. But the photos were, you know, we were able to stop and just wait a few minutes until, you know, it cleared and it got less windy. It was quite windy on Tower Bridge, I remember. But the pictures were still brilliant. So just thinking, obviously, because we are heading into the festive season. In fact, I saw today that actually they've started putting up the Christmas lights already in London. Can you believe it? It's not even October yet. Obviously, by the time this podcast goes out, probably the lights will all be up. But if obviously we know that London at Christmas is usually incredibly busy. It's as I say, it's my favourite time to go to London. I just think it's magical at Christmas, just the lights and the atmosphere, and it's fantastic. So for those people who are planning to go to London over the festive season, obviously, I think the point is to get booking with you as soon as possible, because you're expecting, I guess, to be pretty busy.
Yes, usually during the time I'm fully booked. So if someone make the bookings like last minute or wants to meet me last minute, usually I have to say that I cannot take more bookings because I'm already fully booked. So I always, everyone advise, if you are coming to London, just book as soon as possible. You don't have to pay full amount. You can pay just deposit. And the rest you can pay after the photo shoot. So there is no rush. If, for example, you don't have the budget for now, you can just pay deposit and later for example, you come in December. So we have few months to make the payments for rest. So just block your slots. And for the Christmas spots, we have special package for Christmas now. So just book the slot for yourself, pay deposit, and later we can take care of the rest. Because this is very magical time and I am very fully booked and very busy. So, and we don't want to miss the time when we're going to take the photos with the Christmas market or Christmas lights.
No, it's lovely. Just a quick question, because I realised I didn't ask it. So obviously when you put in the code, the UKTP10, you get 10 extra images. How many images come anyway with standard when you book the photo shoot with you?
It depends of which kind of booking, which package you're going to choose. So for example, for the 1 hour, you're going to have 20 photos. Or for example, when you book for 1.5 hours, you're going to have 30 photos. So for example, when you choose the package for 1.5 hours, you have 30 photos. 10 photos we're going to get free of charge, extra edited, full edited. So that's my thank you to you listener, to you followers.
Oh no, that's absolutely fantastic. Well, so I'm going to end this interview and chat with you, Domi, just by saying, that I'm going to make sure that I get my daughter booked in at Christmas.
Yeah.
I can't, and I can't wait to get back over to London next year. We'll definitely be over, and we're going to have some more photo shoots in different areas of London. Because honestly, we spent about 9 days in London, and I just loved it. It was one of the highlights of our trip. We just absolutely loved the time that we had that photo shoot with you, because you just made it so much fun. I can't kind of just stress how much kind of fun you made that whole process, and made us relaxed and really enjoyed it. So I will be leaving all the information in the show notes, as in the link to your website to book and everything like that. And as I say, don't forget to put in the UKTP10 code. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And also I want to say, many people, they were saying oh, Domi, I don't really care about the photos, but I just want to meet you in person because you seem so fun. And many people, they say to me, they love my personality. And then sometimes when you're traveling solo, you kind of feel lonely. And then you meet people, local people, and they say, I don't want to feel lonely. That's why I booked the photo shoot to hang out with you. I was like, oh, this makes me feel so good.
Oh, that's really, and also they had a nice photo shoot and got to meet you, and then got lovely photos and memories at the end of it. So that's brilliant. Okay, so we'll sign off for this podcast episode now. But as I say, I want to say a huge thank you, Domi, for coming on and having a chat to us today about, how you can have a London photo shoot with you. And hopefully we'll have you on the podcast again, maybe to talk about maybe a bit more about the different areas in London that you kind of recommend.
Oh, that's that. Yeah, I can share that in my secret spots with you guys.
That would be fantastic. Thanks so much. Again, I'd like to say a huge thank you to Domi of Scalens Studio for being a guest on the podcast this week to chat about her London photo shoots. If you'd like to book your very own London photo shoot with Domi, you can find a link on our show notes at uktravelplanning.com/episode 16. You'll also find information about and links and information about everything else we talked about in this episode. That's all for this week. Don't forget, if you enjoy our podcast, to please leave us a review. More resources to help plan your UK trip can be found at uktravelplanning.com. There's also a tip your guide button at the bottom of each page, and we'd like to say a huge thank you to everyone who supports our show through that. Until next week, I want to say happy UK travel planning.